Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. So Power Rangers issue number 11. This issue was kind of crazy because we got a bunch of lore dropped on us. We learnt more about the adversaries. We learnt more about the Imperials and how they're connected. We also learned what Zardius was holding in his hand a couple of issues ago, and it kind of makes sense what it is and what he's after. But we also got to see the return of Lord Drakken. That's right, in this issue, Drakken gets his powers back, and in a kind of brand new form, but it's sort of different. But we'll talk about it in the review. But this issue kicked things up to 100, and it's setting stuff up for next issue and the next story arc we're getting in a couple of months, the Eltarian War. So, let's talk about Power Rangers issue number 11. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video and share it around on social media so YouTube pushes this video into the YouTube algorithm so more people can find it, see if they like my content or not, see if they enjoy my reviews or not, and the other videos I put out. It'd be much appreciated. But with that said, on with the review. So, the issue opens up with the Omega Rangers landing on the mysterious planet where the Yellow Emissary is, and the Yellow Emissary attacks the Omega Rangers, saying that he warned them not to come here because terrible things will happen. And the Yellow Emissary sort of goes on this big speech how he didn't want to be found, and he doesn't want to hurt the Omega Rangers, but he tells them if they stay here, bad things will happen because he's seen these strands of the universe. He's seen the outcomes of things to happen if the Omega Rangers come here. And it's kind of like that speech that Doctor Strange gives in Infinity War where he's seen like 1 billion something endings and there's only one of them where they survive or there's only a few of them. I don't know the quote. I can't remember the exact quote, but that's kind of what the Yellow Emissary is getting at. So he's saying, your choice is really easy. Go now and live, or look on and stay here, and we'll share the same fate together. So while that is all going on, you've got Drakken on the ship, and Drakken kind of has a funny moment while he's sitting in the pilot chair saying, 10 bucks say the Rangers are dead, and 11 replies with no, and Drakken goes, 20 then. So I like the back and forth that these two characters have, but Drakken then says, hey, I'm getting bored sitting around, I'm going for a walk. So Drakken goes for a little walk, and he begins coughing out blood. And this really confused me. I was like, well, Drakken's coughing out blood? Is he sick? Is there something wrong with him? But no, you get this reveal that apparently he like swallowed a dagger or something that he got from Fendrick. And if you don't remember Fendrick, it took me a while to remember who Fendrick was. But Fendrick was that big fat purple dude we saw on Onyx. So Drakken worked with him. So Drakken takes out this little dagger or this little device and it removes his collar. So now Drakken has his little collar off, and that means Drakken was able to survive or get away the entire time, which is freaking crazy. But Drakken, we're going to talk about Drakken a lot in this issue because Drakken, what happened with him in this issue blew my mind, everything going on with that character. So after that, we then cut back to the Omega Rangers and the Emissary having a little chat, and this is where we get this giant lore drop from the Yellow Emissary, where he tells the Omega Rangers that Kia was the one that killed the Blue Emissary, which the Rangers didn't know about. I thought they did, but apparently they didn't, but oh well. But the Yellow Emissary talks about how when the blue one died, they realized they were nothing but a chain that holds the balance of the universe. And when the Blue Emissary died, something new came into reality, and that is the giant shard that Zardius has on his ship. And what this shard is, it's definitely related to Power Rangers Zeo. It's definitely the Zeo crystals because you have this one panel where you see what's inside the crystal, and it's a yellow crystal, a pink one, and a green one. So that has to have something to do with the Zeo powers moving forward. But the Omega Rangers also learn that Zordon's race, the Eltarians, are connected to the Imperials. So they're sort of getting the lore drop with everything going on. And we also learn why this run has been called Unlimited Power, because the Eltarians are seeking out order. They want order in the galaxy, and whatever they're trying to use, they're going to use this shard to create order in the galaxy. But we also learn that when the adversaries die, the Imperials are born. So when the blue one died, that created the first one, and then when the red one died, that created the other one. So they're trying to get all the adversaries killed to create the other Imperials. And that's sort of like the yin and the yang that these characters are. And that's some interesting stuff you've got there. So that makes sense why the yellow adversary did not want to be found. And once all of the Imperials are resurrected, Zardius will be able to reshape the galaxy or the universe in their own design. Kind of like what Lord Drakken wanted to do back in Shattered Grid, but I guess this is on a larger extent. Speaking of Drakken, after that we then cut back to him, and this is where the juicy stuff happens in the issue. Onwards, this is where the issue gets really juicy, with some crazy shit going down. So, Drakken is talking to the adversaries. They're using telepathy to get inside his head, and they're speaking with him. And we found out that Drakken was working with him the entire time. And they sort of play mind games with Drakken, saying, hey, it looks like your allegiance has shifted. We can see into your mind. And Drakken's like screaming, saying they haven't. And I'll show you whose side I am, because, hey, there's the yellow adversary. Take him out right now if you want to. And then they reply with, so our bargain has concluded. Then out of nowhere, Draken's Morpher appears and is summoned right in front of him. And they say, you are free. And that just blew my mind. Like, we heard that Drakken would get his powers back eventually. We didn't know how. But I had no idea that Drakken was working with the Imperials, because this guy was scared of him. He was running away with them, but apparently the whole time, like, since he appeared on Earth, he was working with them. I'm guessing he was working with them before he launched off into space. I'm not entirely sure, but Drakken was working with him the entire time, which is kind of crazy. So, while this is going on, 11 is looking out in space, and you see two of the Imperials drop down on the planet. And I love the design for the Imperials, with how menacing they look, how freaking scary they look. So they drop down on the planet, and the Omega Rangers are like, we need Omega Zord power now. And the yellow adversary replies with, that won't work here, because this world is my tomb. And this is where explosions start happening and the big battle starts taking place. It gets freaking crazy from here out. And I just love the artwork with how cool the Imperials look with them firing giant energy balls like something out of Dragon Ball. It's freaking crazy. I love it. I love it. Just how awesome you see the destruction going on this planet. So after that, we then cut back to the ship again. And Drakken morphs. He does his Black Dragon morph cry, and we see Drakken's kind of brand new form. It's like his original Lord Drakken design, except on the left side of his outfit, it's got like, so you know how he's got the yellow, you're probably seeing it on screen right now, but I gotta describe it because I'm talking about it. So, the yellow armor on one side of his helmet is red. It's like glowing red. So I don't know what that means. I guess that means something, but either way, it's a cool looking design with like one half having this red glow and then the other being yellow. It's freaking cool. Drakken is back. Drakken is back, and probably better than ever, which is really cool to see. But yeah, Drakken's brand new design looks pretty cool. It's sort of like a demonic upgrade or something from his usual form. So with Drakken's brand new powers, he starts beating the shit out of 11 and taunts him, saying, do you know why I didn't manipulate you like I did to everyone else? Because you weren't a threat. You were never a threat. You're just a glorified taxi driver, and you're no hero. You're just in the way. So he begins kicking the crap out of 11, like punching him and kicking him. It's freaking plants are flying everywhere for 11. You kind of feel sorry for the dude, but he taunts 11, saying, you'll never be a ranger, no matter how much you want to be. And I'll let you on in a little secret. Those kids you look after, you can protect them all you want, but they'll never see you as any more than anything. They'll never see you as anything but help. So he taunts him why he's down. And 11 replies with, I should have killed you the moment you stepped on this ship. And Drakken goes for the killing blow, where he just grabs his dragon dagger and stabs him through the head. I don't know if 11's down for the count for good, because he was sort of ripped apart by Kia and Garrison Vox in Necessary Evil, and he was sort of like uploaded into the AI of this ship. I don't know if he's going to do the same thing here, but either way, poor 11, he gets the crap kicked out of him by Drakken. So these final few pages in issue 11 are freaking crazy, because it's a showdown between the Omega Rangers and the two Imperials, and I love the artwork for this fight scene. It looks freaking amazing. Like, you get to see all the shading and the coloring and the debris flying everywhere. It's freaking crazy. So the fight is pretty one-sided. Like, the Imperials, they're much stronger than the Omega Rangers. Although Trini is able to land a hit on one of them, things don't really go in her favor, and she is nearly killed by her own weapon. But what's also really cool about this fight scene is you get to see the emissary stepping in to save Trini. And he has this hero moment where it shows that he does care about the Omega Rangers. And that was a really cool moment. That was a really cool character moment for the Yellow Emissary, because the Imperial does taunt the emissary, saying, hey, I wonder if you'll feel the same thing if I crush this Yellow Omega Ranger. Do you feel the same pain? And when the Yellow Emissary steps in and gives his big hero speech, things are too late for him, because one of them gets the jump on him and tears him apart, like rips him in half. It's pretty brutal to see. I know these things like cosmic beings, but the blue one just grabs the Yellow Emissary and rips it apart, and that means we've lost the Yellow Emissary, and that means another one will be resurrected soon, unfortunately. And that's where the issue ends. The issue ends on the cliffhanger of the death of the Yellow Emissary, so yeah. But anyway, guys, that's my review slash recap slash review of Power Rangers issue number 11. This issue was fucking crazy and I loved it. I can't wait to see where the comic is going to go next and what Ryan will do with the story moving forward as it gears closer to the Eltarian War, because with that giant lore drop we got in this issue, plus we kind of know why the Imperials and the emissaries are connected, that's really cool as well. Drakken getting his powers back is a big game changer. I'm sure that a lot of us saw that coming, but how it happened was really cool as well. I didn't expect him to be like working with the Imperials, so that means maybe he's working with Zardius. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm excited to keep reading it next month to see where the story is going to go and what might happen next. So, what did you guys think of the issue? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your opinions. I'm going to bring this video to a close. Special thanks to all the members such as Swagger4 and Andrew McCoyle. If you want to get your name shouted out like these guys over here, join the Patreon or become a YouTube member. Helps keeps the lights on here. Your support is always greatly appreciated. So that way you can have your name in the credits of every video shouted out like I just did for these guys over here. But thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye!